I am so excited to be here with you. I am just getting everything set up here. I think I'm live here. Let me press over here. I'm going live in two different places. So if you see me going back and forth, that is why. My name is Lee, and I am a stay-at-home mom of four. And I'm going to be sharing with you how I've been able to be bringing in passive income for my family. Incredible, actually life-changing amounts of income right from home around my family schedule and in just 2 hours a day. So this has been an incredible last couple of months for me. I just barely got started, and I'm so passionate about sharing this with others because I started seeing that change in my own life, and I started seeing how much this was, changing my life, not just with money and not just having money come in hundreds of dollars at a time and going from a place of, okay, how am I going to pay for bills? How am I going to pay for, kids' braces? How am I going to pay for vacations, whatever that is? And having a way to be able to bring that money in passively, but also having a way to get my time back, having a way to be able to bring in this income stream without me having to work around the clock, without me having to get, burning both ends of the candles, working from sun up to sundown, because that was where I was at, and I was worn out. I was exhausted, and I needed a better way to be able to make money. And so I found this blueprint. I found these exact steps that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But I am so excited about this because, again, it has meant life change for me and my family. With four kids, things can get crazy hectic. Cooking, cleaning, laundry. Today, we've got a birthday. We're headed out of town. Yesterday was doctor's appointments. I was basically at the doctor's all day. That's how crazy life is, right? And so to be able to have a passive income stream set up that is working around the clock and working in the background for me, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you this morning. So again, my name is Lee. I am from Washington State. I would love to know where you are tuning in from. So drop it in the comments where you are coming from, because we're going to be having people who are hopping on here while I'm live this morning, and coming in from all around the world, coming in from all around the US and joining us. And it's amazing to be able to get to connect with you, people from around the world, that we get to hang out on the internet, on social media, on these places that didn't exist like 10, 20 years ago. So a wonderful day and age to be living in, where we get to connect with people from around the world for free. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. That's my website where you're going to be able to find all of the blueprint that I'm sharing with you, the exact steps that I'm going to be sharing with you this morning. This is going to give you all of the details. It's going to go more in depth on how you can get a passive income stream set up for yourself and have a fully automated business for yourself. So you can go here. I'm going to be able to get you my free 10K in 30 days guide, where I break down exactly how to make $10,000 in 30 days. This is easier than you think. You're going to find all of the info here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. Again, my name is Lee, and I am a stay-at-home mom of four. And I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. So I want to start out by asking you a question. And that question is, if you could learn the skills to make $900 a day to be able to attract a customer at that $900 level. A little top secret here. This is why it is so easy to make $10,000 in 30 days. It's why it's so easy to have $10,000 months, is because you're starting out with a product that is already you only have to get 12 customers a month to be able to hit that $10,000 mark, right? You're not having to sell something that's like $10 and then having to figure out how to find hundreds of customers to get to $10,000. That was my life before. This is, this was not working for me. It was not keeping up with bills. It was not keeping up with, all of those extra expenses that end up popping up like almost every month, right? You have a car repair bill, you have an appliance break, you have a medical bill come in. This $10, like making $10 on an item, making $20 on an item, that just wasn't cutting it. Even to put groceries, like this number was just not working for me. So to be able to have a way to bring in these larger amounts, that's how that $10,000 months are possible. That's how this business can run and only have to find 12 customers, where you don't have to be finding hundreds of people to make this amount of money, to make $10,000 in a month. So I'm going to ask you this question: that if you were able to learn the skills to be able to bring in $900 and to be able to attract a customer on a daily basis at that $900 level, what would that do for you? That is $6,300 a week. And this is $328,000 a year. So, what would that do for you and your family? How would that make you feel? You learn the skills. This is not a get rich quick scheme that I'm talking about, but this is about learning real life skills in the digital world, and then being able to use attraction marketing. So you're never having to chase customers. You're never having to go and search for customers. You're never having to slide into people's DMs or go and friend request people, but you're using attraction marketing, attracting your customers to you, and then having an automated system that runs in the background. So what would that do for you if you learned these skills to be able to bring in that 328,000 a year? You get to the end of this year and you're at the point of, okay, I'm learning these skills. I'm learning how to use attraction marketing. I'm learning how to follow a 2-hour workday, master the 2-hour workday, get all of my income earning activities done. And I'm seeing sales come in at this $900 level. And I'm seeing this more and more regularly. The January 1st hits of 2025, next year, that's coming up really fast. And you're at a point where you're seeing this on a daily basis, and you're seeing 900 and 900. You get to the end of 2025 and you look back in your bank account and you're like, I've got $328,000 in there. How would that make you feel? What would that do for your family? What would you be able to accomplish with this amount? I want you to hope again. I want you to dream again. I want you to know that there is a way to be able to reach all of those dreams and goals that you have maybe told nobody else, those dreams and goals that you never thought were going to happen. You thought you should just give up. You thought you should just settle right where life is. You thought, okay, I'm just going to keep living life how it is. I'm going to settle. I'm going to live a status quo life. And you have given up on those hopes and dreams. You were hoping that you would be able to come out of debt sooner. You were hoping that you would be able to have time to travel, that you would be able to have money to travel, but it's just not looking like that right now. But what if all of that could change in just a few short weeks, a few short months, to be able to look back in your bank account and you've got this? What would that do for you? Would it mean that you could fire your boss? Would it mean that you would be able to live life on your terms? Would it mean that you wouldn't have to check your bank account every time you go to get groceries? Would it mean that you could schedule a vacation for your family without having to go and see, are you going to be able to pay for it? Or do you have enough money in the bank account to be able to cover it? Would it mean that you would be able to have those experiences with your kids, take those trips with your kids before it's too late? Would it mean that you would be able to travel before you're too old to enjoy life, to travel before you're too old to fully enjoy traveling around the US, if that is something that you want to do? What would that $328,000 a year do for you? Let me know in the comments, because I would love to know what your hopes and dreams and goals are. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this, but I want you to know that this is totally possible. I never thought that I would see $900 coming in at a time in a single sale, but I have. I did not think I could do it. I was completely skeptical, but to see that, to look at my phone and be like, I just had a $900 sale come in, I can tell you personally that this works. I can tell you personally that this is real. And I'm going to be sharing with you the exact steps that I have been following to be able to make this amount of money for my family, to be able to have, what is life changing income for me and my family without having to slave away every single hour of the day, without having to try and sell, the $10 product and sell a whole bunch of them and wearing myself out. Because that is the point where I was at, was I was exhausted. I was tired. I needed a better way. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you, but I want you to hope again. I want you to dream again. You were created for more than just getting by. You were created for more than just getting the bills paid. You were created to actually, enjoy life, enjoy your kids. You were given kids, grandkids for a reason. Try to get my camera angle right here. I'm gonna set this down for a second. But you were created, to not just get by, not just go through life, go to work, come home, go back to work again just to get the bills paid. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you. There we go. All right. So the very first thing to be able to make money online is to have a product or service or some sort of program to be able to sell, right? You have to have something in exchange for money, right? And so with this, I would recommend for a passive income stream to stay away from things that are going to take your time, right? So one-on-one coaching, for example, that is time consuming. It's all tied to your time. You only have so much time in the day. So the better way is to have something that you could sell over and over again. And this kind of frees up that whole time equation of what is limiting you from being able to make more with the time you have. Because as a stay-at-home mom, I was like, I don't have the time. I was constantly saying, I don't have time, right? And so I needed a way to be able to make money with the little bit of time that I had. And the best way for me to do that is with digital products. Digital products means that you can sell the same product over and over and over again. And you don't have to go and recreate it. You don't have to go and have shipping. You don't have to, go out and make something if you're hand making things for Etsy, whatever that is. So a digital product frees up your time. And what with these products that I offer, they are all in the e-learning industry. And this industry right now, it's massively growing. It is the biggest industry out there where billions of dollars a day are being spent in this industry. We're talking in this year, 2024, $1.2 billion per day is being spent in this industry. So that this is the biggest industry out there, but it's also the fastest growing industry out there. So this $1.2 billion per day, this is set by 2027, which is, just a couple of years down the road. This number is projected to hit $3 billion per day. This is what is being spent in this industry. And so in this e-learning, if you can step in and offer products that are in this niche, this is where the demand is. This is where the growth is. This is where you want to be, right? So to be able to jump in, learn these skills, to take advantage of this, oh, and these I should have billion dollar a day industry. That is not million. It's not 1.2 million per day. It's not 3 billion per day. It's actually billion per day. We're talking billions of dollars per day. Like every single day are being spent in the e-learning industry. So why not you be able to take advantage of that? Why not you be able to capitalize on the demand that's already there? For me, I didn't, want to come up with something to create. I didn't want to, I didn't want to create something. I didn't want to have to come up with something on my own. That would have taken me years to be able to YouTube, years to be able to actually have the time to sit down and record videos with 4 kids. I don't have that time, right? But I needed a way to make money now. I had expenses now. I had bills now. I had 2 kids get braces just this summer. I needed a way to be able to bring in money in this industry now. I did not want to sit on this industry. I did not want to wait for this growth to happen. I wanted to get in now while this industry is growing. And so what I found is actually products that are done for me. So I didn't have to go out and create them. And what this meant for me is that I was able to start making money right away. I could have gone the DIY route. I could have tried to figure it out myself, come up with something to be able to teach. But that would have, again, it would have taken me so much time. And I didn't have that time. I didn't have time to sit around and wait. I didn't have time to sit around and have the time. Like that never happens, right? Kids get older, they have more activities, you have less time. And so I needed a way to be able to make money now. Again, I had expenses now, I had bills now, I needed a way to be able to bring in money now. And so with all of these products, they are in the e-learning industry and they are all done for you. It is what is called master resale rights. And I had never heard this term before, but what it means is the products are ready to go, like out of the box, ready to go. And you have the full rights to sell them as your own. This also means that, you not only save time, but you also are able to make 100% profit off of these because it's not an affiliate. It's not an MLM. You're not making somebody else rich. Welcome. Thank you for jumping on. Go ahead and let me know where it is that you're tuning in from. I am from Washington State. For those of you who are just hopping on here, my name is Lee, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4, and I'm sharing about how to make up to $900 a day with e-learning products and jumping into the digital space that is set to hit $3 billion per day just in the next couple of years by 2027. So I'm going to go ahead and erase what I've gotten written up here. But with all of these products, you actually have the rights to sell these as your own, which means that you're able to make that 100% profit and you're able to see that, actually hitting your bank account because you're not making somebody else rich. That payment isn't going to somebody else and then you're having to wait for it like you do with an affiliate program. If you've done any sort of affiliate work, maybe you're an affiliate for a course and that course is $900 and you make 25% of it, you're going to make $225, right? And you're going to have to do a lot of work to be able to see your money stack up faster. But when you're able to have a $900 product that is your own, you're able to make 100% of it. So it's only one sale to be able to have that $900 to be able to, essentially do the same work and make 4 times as much money. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. But before I do, go ahead and grab a screenshot of this. I've got my website up here and I want you to remember these numbers. These are billions of dollars per day that are being spent in this industry. So empoweredpassiveincome.com. You can go ahead there and you're going to be able to put in your email. And that way I'm going to be able to send you all of the details about the blueprint and about, I'm going to get you my guide where I show you how to make $10,000 over the next 30 days. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this and give myself a little bit more room here. But I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. So let me give myself this a little bit more room and we'll keep going. So with these products, when you get products that have master resale rights attached to them, you can check that off your list. It's not something that you have to go out and figure, okay, what is it am I going to create? What is it that I'm going to teach? How do I come up with something? They're done. Like you check that off your list, you get your product. That's it. It's done, it's checked off. The next piece of this is you might be going, okay, so how do I actually make sales with this? And this is what I love. This is why my website is Empowered Passive Income, is because I needed a way to make money passively. I didn't have that before. I was actually, working a side hustle and having to put in more and more time to be able to make more and more money because, the cost of everything's gone up. If the cost of everything doubles, I have to put in double the effort. And so with this kind of freed me up from this because I have now an automation system to be able to bring in those sales for my family. I have an automated way that is working in the background for me 24/7, 365. And this is just a simple website. Now, I didn't want to have all of that tech headache. I didn't want to have to figure out that tech. And so with these products, you actually get this whole automation system. You get all of the tech part. You get all of the web pages done for you. And so the way this automation system works, it frees up your time. It's kind of your freedom machine because it's out there working for you when you're not, actively present, when you're not on your phone, when you're not on your computer, but it's out there, in the digital land, like out there on the internet for the world, via your website. So this is like my website. So this all starts with a web page. And again, these are done for you. And with this page, you're going to collect email addresses. What this does for you is it means that it is completely rejection free. It means that you don't have to go out and host parties and bug friends and family, but you have a simple website that is out there. And it starts with getting that email address in exchange for learning about the blueprint. And so then at that point, that email is going to go out with details about that blueprint. It's also going to immediately go to a video, a website where there is a video. And this is my attempt at drawing a video. All of these web pages are done for you. All of the emails are done for you. This is how the automation system works because the research shows that people need to be exposed to something at least 7 times before they're ready to feel comfortable with making a purchase. And so this goes through that process. This is doing all of the selling and the telling and the sharing for you. And so with this, there's the video, and then there's also a sales page. And this is where somebody's going to go. They're going to be able to click through. And then these emails are set to go out. It's an autoresponder, so you don't have to be there writing emails. You don't have to be pressing send, but they just automatically go out about 1 per day. And these are my attempts at envelopes. And so all of these are going to point your customer to the sales page. And so they're going to be able to go through this process, go through this sequence, and be able to decide for themselves if this is right for them. If it's not, you don't have to know about that. That's completely rejection free. They can click away, they can unsubscribe, no big deal. But if they're like, yes, I would love to be able to start making money right away. Yes, I would love to be able to have products that I didn't have to create. I would love to be able to have this automation system that's out there working for me without having to go in and do any of that tech work, having to go in and figure out, how to build a web page. I would love to have an automated way to bring in sales. I would love to have a passive income stream. I would love to have a 2-hour workday that frees up my life. I would love to be able to bring in hundreds of dollars at a time for my family using attraction marketing and seeing sales come in 900, 600, 300 at a time that actually, makes a dent in things. And they're going to go here to your sales page, and you're going to have a button there that they can click, and they're going to be able to pay you directly. So with this whole automation system, 90 to 95% of it is set up. The only 2 things that you need to do, so this is about 5 to 10% of work that you need to do on your part, and it could be done today. Like I put my baby down for a nap when I got started back at the end of May. It was the end of May before I got started, or when I got started. I put her down for a nap, and I had this done that afternoon. Actually, here, just woke up. So the 5 to 10%, you're simply going to get your own domain name, your own website to be able to send your customers to. So mine is empoweredpassiveincome.com. You would have your own website. So you would go through the process like step by step. There are videos to be able to help you with this, but we've got, a 78-year-old guy. I think he's probably the oldest in our group, in our community out of thousands of people who are going through this. But I like to use him as an example because, he's almost 80 years old, went through this process, followed the videos, and did it. So if he can do it, you can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. And so he went, you go through, get your own domain, and then you're going to be able to have that website where, customers can go in, put your domain, and then have, they're able to go to your webpage. And then if they're going to get into your email sequence, they're going to be able to see the video. They're going to be able to go over to that sales page. And then the other piece of this is to actually set up your buttons on the sales page with your payment gateways. And so that is what allows you to be able to make that 100% profit. And it's what allows your customers to pay you directly so that you're not having to wait for that payment to go to somebody else and then hope that you get it, or you're going to get a portion of it. No, it's going directly to you because you've put in your payment gateway. If you're like, okay, then I don't know what a payment gateway is. That's like your PayPal, that's your Cash App, that's whatever you set up where you want to be able to take payments from customers. And so once you go through this little 5 to 10% of setup of setting up your payment gateway, setting up your own domain, you're going to have this automation system out there working for you. And so again, I had this set up in an afternoon because 90 to 95% of it is done. And so then, how would that make you feel? This afternoon, you sit down, get this all set up, and tomorrow morning you wake up and you're like, this is done. This is out there working for me. I've got my website out there working for me. That's out there in digital space where I'm not having to bug friends and family. I'm not having to chase people down, but I have a simple website to be able to send people to where they can go and put in their email and decide for themselves, completely rejection free. And all of this, the beauty of all of this is it's working around the clock. It's working when you're sleeping. It's working when you're, if you're take the weekends off, like we're going to be traveling the next couple of days, we're camping, spending time out in nature. This is going to be running in the background for me. So to be able to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, okay, I've got this out there. I've got this out there working for me. How would that make you feel to wake up tomorrow morning and have an automated way to be able to bring in life-changing income, hundreds of dollars at a time, 900, 600, 300 at that 100% profit, and have a way to do it that is automated, that frees up your time to be able to spend with your kids, that frees up your time to be able to spend with grandkids or your spouse or whoever that is. How would that make you feel? And what would you do with your time? What would you do with the other 22 hours a day? So I'm going to be sharing about the 2-hour workday, which is another huge piece of it for me as a mom. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. I'm going to give you a second just to screenshot this so you can remember this. empoweredpassiveincome.com. This is where you can go to get all of the details. You're going to be able to, you're going to put in your email, and that way I'm going to be able to send you all of the details on the blueprint, as well as my guide where I break down, how to make $10,000 in 30 days. This is easier than you think. It is more doable than you think, especially when you're having sales come in at that $900 level, which, by the way, that is our best selling product. And what this means for you is that the majority of your sales will be at that $900 level. This is true across our community of thousands of people, but it's also true for what I have seen in my own business just since I've got started. So little, pro tip there is that $900. And you think about that. When you have, let's say you have a product for $100 and you sell 3 of those, that's 100, 100, 100, that's $300, right? But you have a product where it's 900 and you sell 3 of those, 900, 900, 900, that's $2,700. That is an incredible, $300, that's great. $2,700, suddenly that's something to write home about. That's, something worth getting excited. That is what's called our legacy builder product. That's where you can start creating that legacy for your family, where you can change that, maybe what has been holding you back for generations. Maybe you've been living under a generational curse where you've been in lack for generation after generation and after generation. And it's time for you to change that for your family. It's time for you to rise up and say, no, I know that I was made for more. No, I know that I was made to live life to the fullest, that I was created to fully enjoy life now and not have to be a slave to debt. You know that you were not created just to get the bills paid, and you could be that difference maker in your family line. That is what that legacy builder product is about, and that is our best selling product. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. For those of you just hopping in here, my name is Lee, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4, and I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. My website right here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. So with this automation, this is what frees up your time. And as a mom of 4 kids, I'm like, I don't have time. So I needed a way to be able to bring in sales when I'm out, at kids' soccer games, when I'm driving kids around, like my day is busy. I think I was gone most of the day yesterday for a doctor's appointment to have an automation system like this that allows me to be able to do the things that I need to do, that allows me to be the kind of mom that I want to be and be present is huge. That has been huge for me. It's allowed me to be able to be present, not have to worry about how am I going to make money today? How am I going to, what am I going to do today with my side hustle to be able to bring in money? Like, am I going to be able to get bills paid? Am I going to be able to, break even at the end of the month? But to have an automated way to be able to do that, where I'm still able to live life, where I'm able to be present with my kids. So with the automation, once you go through and set that up, once you go in and put in your domain and put in your the button for your payment gateway to get paid directly, you can check that off the list. Again, like that could be done today, and you could be all set up, ready to start taking payments tomorrow. Like, what would that do for you? Like, how different would your, even this weekend look for you to have a system like this that is out there working on your behalf, doing all of the heavy lifting, doing all of the behind the scenes follow up for you so that you don't have to. So with this, because your products are checked off, like you got your product, it's done. That automation system you walked through today and got that set up and it's done, that's checked off your list as well. So this is where our 2-hour workday comes in. And this is simply to get your website discovered, to get this whole system discovered, and to share it with other people. Again, this is not about bugging friends and family. It's not about being that annoying friend that's constantly selling the next best thing. But this is simply about utilizing free social media, the internet that is for free, to get out there, find your perfect customer, attract your perfect customer to you. It's actually using attraction marketing so that you're never having to chase people. You're never having to slide into DMs. You're never having to friend request people and chase customers down. But this is about using that attraction marketing and simply getting your website discovered. So with this is where that 2-hour workday comes in. And for me as a mom, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I even have that 2 hours, right? That's kind of where I was at, is I don't have the time. And so I have been following this, but you can split it up throughout the day. So 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 30 minutes when the baby goes down for a nap. You can split this up according to how you want to do it. But I'm also going to let you in on a little secret here, is I have been cheating. I've been doing a little bit less than this 2 hours. So more like an hour and a half, hour 45, because I had, all 4 kids home for the summer. Like, that is crazy, right? And so to be able to still follow this, maybe not quite the full 2 hours, but still show up consistently and put in an hour and a half, hour 45, split up throughout the day, around my family schedule, it is still working. So it's not that you necessarily have to have all 2 hours, and you certainly do not have to have a 2-hour chunk of time out of your day, because, who has that? I didn't have that. And so to be able to split this up, you're simply, during this 2 hours, you're focused on income earning activities. You're focused on getting your website discovered and sharing about the products, sharing about how this works, sharing about how this has changed your life, sharing about the automation system that can be out there working for you. So with this 2-hour workday, I'm going to break down exactly what this looks like for me and what I do during that 2 hours to get traffic over to my website, to get people into that automation system, and then eventually over to that sales page where they make a purchase. All right, so with this 2-hour workday, there's a couple of different routes that you can go with this. And one route is to use social media. And so I can't spell social media. With social media, these are places where people are already hanging out for free from around the world. Well, that is really bad. And so these are, there's multiple different places where you can build your business on, where you can work on your 2-hour workday on. And so there's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. Those are a couple. LinkedIn, TikTok. I think I forgot one. But there's multiple different options to be able to get out there on social media where you're not having to, necessarily bug friends and family. For me, I decided that I was going to go the TikTok route. I didn't have the app. I had to go and get the app, but I saw a lot of people having success there. It's also a growing platform, and it's especially growing for, my age group and older. It's no longer just for kids. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a dancing thing. I thought it was for kids. Like, that's why I didn't have the app. So I actually had to go and get the app. I had to go install it. I had to create an account. So I've started literally brand new from scratch with 0 followers. You do not need to have a following to be able to see results from this. You do not need to have like an established brand and established followers, or you do not need to be an influencer or micro influencer to be able to make money from this. And so for me, I started brand new on TikTok and started making sales from here just by posting to here for free. And so with this is social media. I'm using TikTok, but there's multiple other different social media platforms that you can use where other people in our community are having success with. So it's not to say that you can't use other platforms. This is just what I'm using. The other so with this social media, you're going to post, and it's going to depend a little bit on which one you go with. But for TikTok, for Facebook, Instagram, you're going to go with posting 3 pieces of content per day. So for me, I make 3 pieces of content per day. This is about 30 minutes of my day to make those pieces of content. And I had no idea like what the plus sign was. I had no idea how to make any of these, but we have, along with the products, when you get the automation, you also get all of the training that goes along with that. So everything from as basic as setting up your social media accounts, which is kind of where I needed to be, because I didn't have that account. So I walked through those trainings. Every single piece of training that you will ever need comes with this. It's not extra. There's no any sort of extra fees. There's no upsells. There's no reoccurring costs. And so you get literally every single item that you need to be successful with this. So you get, all of that social media training. You get social media training for every single platform. You can pick and choose, which ones that you want to focus on or which one that you want to focus on. And you're going to get all of that attraction marketing training. You're going to get literally like every single thing that you need to be successful with this. And so this route is social media. And then the other route that you can go is copy and paste ads. And so with the copy and paste ads, these are posting ads over to free ad sites. So with all of these, whether you go the social media route or copying and pasting ads, you're simply getting people, you having a call to action and asking them to go over to your website to be able to put in your email, to be able to get them into your automation system and help them choose for them, if this is right for them or not. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com, that is my website here. So with the copy and paste ads, there are high traffic websites out there where hundreds of thousands of people are going to every single day to look for jobs, to look for business opportunities, to look for ways to make money. And so you're just like, if you can copy and paste, you can do that, right? So you copy, you paste, and that is how you're going to get your website out there into the world, your website out there discovered, your website out there in front of people, and bringing in leads to that automation system, bringing in people to that automation system, and then customers. All right. So I'm going this route with social media, 30 minutes a day. And then I also go live, which is what I'm doing right now. And I've been doing this for about 40 to 45 minutes. And then the other piece, so this is live, and the copy and paste ads, this can suffice for going live. But I found that I was so passionate about sharing this with other people once I saw the change in my own life, once I saw money coming in, once I saw sales coming in $900, I'm like, I have to talk about this. I didn't think that I would ever go live. I didn't think that this was something that I could do. I said, hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the copy and paste ads. But then I found that, this really works, and I'm really seeing that change in my family. I'm seeing that I actually have time back in my day. I have time to actually be present and not be having to hustle around the clock, which was what I was doing before. And so that's why I'm showing up every day. I'm here every day, every morning, or at least during the weekdays. I do take the weekends off, but I'm here every day going live to talk about this because I am so passionate about sharing this with others. I am so passionate about helping others see that change for themselves and be able to get their lives back, be able to live life more than just getting by, live life more than just, struggling to get the bills paid and having to be anxious and worried and stressed, even to make it through the month, but have a way to actually be able to bring in life-changing amounts of income for their family where you're able to enjoy life, you're able to take those trips with your kids, you're able to go out and make memories with them before it's too late, you're able to live life to the fullest now and quit having to not sacrifice now, sacrifice your now for a better tomorrow, because that's where I was at. And I am so excited to be able to do this, to be able to jump on here on the internet, on social media, and to be able to share this with you. The other part of my day, so this is about 45 minutes. The other part of my day, this is about 15. So you're going to see the math doesn't quite add up to 2 hours, which is totally okay. So the other part of my day is plugging into our community, plugging into our training. So we've got 6-figure and 7-figure income earners who are pouring into us every single day. We've got live and interactive training every single day. So you always have a place to be able to get your questions answered. This is more than just recorded lessons and you being left in the dark to try and figure it out on your own. But during these trainings, during these mentorings, it's actually opened up to questions. And so there will be a training for about 45 minutes, an hour, and then it's open up to questions. So you can come on there and get your questions answered, whatever it is that you're struggling with, to be able to ask somebody, to be able to ask a 6-figure earner, a 7-figure earner, and be able to get that one-on-one personalized help. And again, this is all included. All it is a one-time investment in yourself to get that product. And then there's no ongoing costs. There's no reoccurring costs. Like, you are literally in profit mode every single month from day one with no expenses that you have to cover. You don't have to worry about, oh, are you going to break even this month? Or, are you going to not get into profit mode till the middle of the month? You are literally in profit mode from day one of every month because there are no ongoing expenses. There is literally no other business out there that you can say that about. If you have a Shopify store, you're going to have, that reoccurring cost of a shop. If you're selling on Etsy, you're going to pay to have your listings posted there. If you've got, maybe a course, you're going to be paying for that course hosting. With this, you have none of that. You have literally no expenses every single month. So I cannot tell you, to be able to plug into this training, to be able to get mentoring from a 6-figure and 7-figure income earner, and to not have to pay for that. That has been huge. So I plug into that community. I plug into that training. Right now, we're in the middle of a 90-day success sprint. We're about halfway through. But with this sprint, this is about giving you all of the tools that you need to be able to bring in that $10,000 a month for your family. So this is part of my day, is plugging in, then going live and creating 3 pieces of content for social media. So at this point, when somebody goes in and discovers your system, when they discover your website, so mine, again, empoweredpassiveincome.com, and they're going to go through and click over to that sales page, at that point, they're paying you directly. So they become your new customer. And that's where you're seeing that $900 sale show up in your bank account. That's where you're seeing that $900 when you look at your phone and you're like, I just made a sale. $900 just hit my bank account. I wouldn't have believed it myself until I saw it happen for myself. And I saw it happen again. And I saw it happen again. So I do have to jump off here to tell my husband goodbye for the day. He's getting ready to head out to work. But I want to ask you a question of, if you could learn the skills to be able to have a fully automated business, to use attraction marketing, to have a 2-hour workday, and be able to attract that daily paying customer at that $900 level, what would that do for your family? Again, this is $328,000 a year. What would this do for you? I want you to hope again. I want you to dream again. I want you to know that this is possible. And we have thousands of people who are following this same exact process, all ages, all walks of life around the world, and who are having success with it. Why not you? So, what would this do for your family? I'm going to leave you with that one final thought. Go over here to my website. And my name is Lee. I'm a stay-at-home mom of four. If you go here to my website, empowerpassiveincome.com, you're going to see a place where you put in your email. You're going to get over to that video page, and you're also going to get an email from me. Any questions, just respond to that email, and I will be able to personally answer that myself. But I want you to know that I am so excited for you. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here and wish you a fabulous rest of your day. But again, I am so excited for you, and I know that you can do this. I know that you can accomplish all of those dreams and goals that God has put in your heart. I'm so excited for you, and have a fabulous rest of your day.